Knocked Loose, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to, album review. Any YouTube frogs watching after the fact, if you want to watch Anthony Fantano's full review without my reaction, first link in the description. If you want to hang out, that'd be so sick. If you enjoy your stay, feel free to drop a like and a sub. Also, I go live almost every night on Twitch if you want to come through to that. Second link in bio. Yeah, let's tap into this, dude.
Hi, everyone. Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new Knocked Loose album, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to. Here we have the third full-length studio album from this metalcore and hardcore act, Knocked Loose, a respectably heavy band from Louisville, Kentucky, that has been at it for over a decade now. And while
Louisville, dude, it's crazy they've been at it for a decade. It is insane, bro. Knocked Loose, yo, what's up, Stormin'? Knocked Loose like literally played the DIY venue in Pittsburgh, bro. Like Mr. Roboto. Yeah, dude, they played that. Like the homies literally talk about it all the time. Well, not all the time, but like whenever we talk about Knocked Loose, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I saw them at Roboto." I'm like, "Bro, what? What, dude?" Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Now they're playing like I think 2,100 person venue in Pittsburgh. Oh, also let me catch up on chat. Isn't Logan getting a bunch of backlash with something going on with Prime? Yeah, he is. He addressed it. It's like a whole thing. Having Damn in the background, dude, he gets it, bro. Fantano gets it. I'm just saying, as someone who has watched a few of the podcast episodes, I guess they bring on, George doesn't bring it up in a respectful way. He is very pushy, and it's obvious that Logan and Mike support him, but also don't want it in their face all the time. Like almost every time he opens his mouth on the podcast, he releases it. Oh, relates to religion. I think it's cool to talk about your religion. Moderate if you know your friends aren't for it. Yeah. No, I think you said that perfectly. Okay, let's see what our boy Fantano got to say.
While their two previous records up until this point certainly kicked ass, I wouldn't say either of them brought a sound that was specific enough to where they stood out in the very dense and saturated world of metalcore. However, on their 2021 EP, A Tear in the Fabric of Life,
Bro, I still bump this shit. The more I listened to it, when it first came out, I was like, oh, cool. I think it was God Knows is the one that I would listen to all the time. I was like, okay, dude, this is sick. I really like this. Like, Knocked Loose is going in a good direction. But the more I listen to this project, the more I'm like, I think this might be one of my favorite projects ever.
the band did begin to get more creative with tension, grooves, sounds, and sound effects that they surrounded their pummeling breakdowns with. And also on this new album here, they continue mining for creative ways to make their skull-crushing strain of metalcore that much more nuanced and colorful, which is a good thing. Finer details generally are nice, but simultaneously on this record, Knocked Loose is very clearly fully engaged in the broad, global, loud rock arms race to generate the most blaring and punishing sound possible on an album. And right now, with this record, I would say it is Knocked Loose that is pulling out to the front. Now,
Dude hasn't listened to the new Boundaries album. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, maybe he did. Maybe this is his opinion. I haven't listened to this album, but I just know that if we're talking about aggressive, basically exactly what he said here. Hold on, let me back it up a little bit.
Global, loud rock arms race to generate the most blaring and punishing sound possible on an album.
It's Boundaries. It's literally Boundaries' new album. I'm going to listen to the Knocked Loose album. I'm sure it's up there. I'm sure it's very close, but there, maybe I'll come back on the stream. I'll be like, no, guys, I was very wrong. I was very wrong. Okay, maybe I'll do that. But hearing the singles from their album or from Knocked Loose album to listening to Boundaries album after that, bro, holy shit. I mean, unless the whole album, I don't know, dude. Maybe a controversial take. I'm sure both of them are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Is this me shitting on Knocked Loose in any way? And again, I'll have to listen to it before I straight up say it, right? But, if any YouTube frogs are watching this or anybody that's listened to this album that loves this album, listen to the Boundaries album too. This isn't me shitting on Knocked Loose. This is me just being like, yo, Boundaries is fucking insane.
And right now, with this record, I would say it is Knocked Loose that is pulling out to the front. Now, being real, I'm a New England boy. I've heard my fair share of metalcore over the years, and I truly believe this record here is honestly pushing the envelope for the genre a little bit, which is pretty surprising because I didn't think anything was ever really going to top something like a Kurt Ballou production. I mean, no shade to the guy, obviously he's partially responsible for some of my favorite albums of all time, but the thickness and bass and clarity on this Knocked Loose record is just incredible, due in part to producer and songwriter Drew Folk, who got his start with metalcore bands such as Motionless in White, but over the years he's done his fair share of stuff for a lot of rap artists too. And I can honestly see how all of that is coalescing on this album. Because again, the low end in the mixes on this thing are incredible. And the attention to detail on the editing side too, to make sure every drum hit and every chug in the guitars on the breakdown, like it just hits with maximum impact. Making sure at times there's these tiny moments of silence in between the riffs. So you're getting that complete spectrum from the quietest moments of the record to the loudest. But yeah, even
the production on this album is insane. I don't know if they spin a band, or spin a bag on this production, but bro, it really, like, listen to the 3 singles. Again, I haven't listened to the full album because I was trying to listen to it on stream, but I got an ear infection, was listening through speakers. I was like, this quality's gonna be ass for me and for chat, so I'm gonna wait. And then there's a review drop, so I was like, okay, I gotta see the review. It did sound amazing. Like, it was insane.
Though in many ways this record is assembled pretty methodically, it still grooves very organically. Overproduced or overworked are not terms I would use to describe this record at all. And on top of that, Knocked Loose is going the extra mile on these tracks to experiment more with different grooves, sound effects, eerie little sounds and guitar parts, to just make their breakdowns and make their transitions and their buildups that much more harrowing and eerie, bringing more depth to these explosive and aggressive tracks. A more meat and potatoes metalcore album of this style would have been a lot more forgettable, but instead the blistering intro on this record kicks off with some eerie ambience, blast beats, layers of feedback too, and after all of that is when we start getting the Cro-Magnon riffs, with lyrics describing a never-ending primal desire for comfort that is never quite satisfied, being driven mad by this desire.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, brother. When I was first getting into hardcore and metalcore and all that, I looked up the lyrics to like A Different Shade of Blue on Genius. I was like, bro, what the fuck are these? I didn't get it yet, dude. I didn't get it. Then, now that I listen to Counterparts, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it now. Also, yeah, Urban, I got to figure it out. It was an ear infection. They gave me antibiotics. Been taking them. Actually, I think tomorrow is the 10th day, which is the last day of them. It's feeling a lot better. It still hurts a little bit, but it like doesn't hurt so bad that I can't wear headphones anymore. Actually, it is the first day with the headphones back on. Proportional, yeah, dude. You're 5 inches on the cocky, fucking 5 inches on the boobas, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna end it all after I said that out loud. So. Yeah, woke up from a nap to Knocked Loose. Ooh, yes, sir. Yo, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
To a degree. And while it's not the catchiest song on the record, it certainly sets the tone very well in terms of the narratives to follow and just the volume and intensity that we're going to be experiencing for most of this thing. Then on the following Piece by Piece, we are in full breakdown mode. We really catch the full range and punch of the drums with them playing at a reasonable pace. The sustain on that snare is massive. When it gets whacked, you really hear it like ring out for a bit. It sounds like an industrial oil drum being beaten to pieces with a pool cue. The guitars sound like heavy machinery being crushed by a chorus of hydraulic presses. Meanwhile,
Man, dude, he's doing tricks on it right now. You know this album's good. You got Fantano doing tricks on it. Do you still use kick? From time to time, allegedly.
Man, Brian Garris's vocals are just relentless throat shredding screams that are done in this kind of higher register, very nasally timbre too. Not concerned at all in delivering in more of a deep and guttural style.
Yo, Kendra, what's up, homie? Dude, oh my god, bro. The amount of dorks that I've seen shit on Brian's vocals, bro, it's so fucking stupid. Like, yo, brother, if you don't like it, don't fucking listen to it, dumbass. You don't need to talk about how you don't like it. Okay, brother, so you're not gonna listen to, like, other amazing bands like fucking See Space Cowboy? Let's see. Static Dress has some higher vocals. I can't even think of any off the top of my head. I could just think of See Space Cowboy immediately. Like, okay, bro, that's fine. Fucking Rotting Out, that kind of shit. Dude, fine. Just completely cut yourself off from that good fucking music. But we don't need to hear about it on Twitter or Facebook, brother. Did you see where Did you see the tweet where this person went to the Knocked Loose concert and their mom replied to their snap with the when are you a church person? So happy. Laughing my fucking ass off. Please. Oh my god, bro. Might have to go to the fucking Knocked Loose show just so I can fucking take a photo of it and be like, Sunday service. Do some spring cleaning on the commands. Wait, where? Oh, for the kick? For the kick? How goes it? It goes amazing overall. I cannot complain. How are you? What's new?
Which, honestly, I think makes his lyrics more intelligible and his performances a lot more animalistic and varied. The pain I swallowed has been stuck in my throat! The way he delivers his screams makes for a nice contrast with the...
Why are the commands going crazy right now? There was 3 back-to-back-to-back.
Background vocals, too, anyway. And from here, the band expands the sonic palette of the record a little bit with guest vocalist Poppy on Suffocate, whose input brings a lot to the record, especially during that creepy little spoken word passage, where she really manages to sear the lyrics of the track in my head. And that's not even the catchiest part, because from here we have these sinister, dissonant little guitar bits that sound like they're straight out of a horror movie trailer. And in the final breakdown of the song, the drummer kind of switches it up into a reggaeton groove. We're all of a sudden getting a but in like a metalcore context, and it works. The seething bitterness and hatred and need for separation expressed in the lyrics on this track is reinforced on the following Don't Reach For Me, whose opening bars stuck with me.
Dude, oh my god, that song is fucking crazy. Amazing. Oh, that's good. Nothing too exciting or new. How's the cute little tripod himself? So I made a switch with my mom. Since she is in a smaller area now, me and her switched the little tripod for her 3 cats. So now we have 3 cats here because I have a bigger space. So, yeah. Wait, didn't this guy have hair? Iron King, there is no way you don't know who Anthony Fantano is. I can fall asleep comfortably to Fantano's voice. LOL, he's so relaxing. Yeah, he does have a nice voice overall. What? Tight as fuck. The fuck? Yeah. Squiddy, thanks for hanging, bro. Appreciate you, dude. Still out here lurking. You're a fucking real one, bro.
Quite a bit. I dream of a cleansing wave.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me switch. Here you go.
Born, Don't Reach For Me, No Lies Can Spread From a Tongue Removed. And I love the way these lyrics expand even further over these doomy and eerie, heavier guitar passages later into the track. Then again, once more after this kind of stripped back breakdown passage. The progression of the track is great. There is a push and pull to each section, tension and release, which the band is so skilled at pulling off at this point. It's really an essential part of this record because it keeps the songs from getting stale, despite many of them being so loud from front to back, so relentless. And it's now that I would like to point out that it's not just the flow of these tracks that is great, but the album overall, because it's varied enough to where it feels like I'm not just listening to one single sound or song or idea play out again and again and again.
I will say Boundaries album is amazing. I fucking love it. I love pretty much every song individually, but it does kind of feel similar. I mean, they do switch it up a lot, but it does. The mixing makes it feel like pretty similar. Like it kind of just feels like if you're going for like, I think it's like 32 minutes. 32 minutes is like anger and rage and like aggression. It's amazing. But I'm gonna have to listen to this album more, and I could see that making more sense that there is more of a change up because Boundaries is like they're packing like 3 breakdowns into like a bunch of their songs. It's like holy fuck, bro. How the fuck do I even like this is just pure aggression. Milk Boy, what's up, gangster?
But it moves so tightly from track to track, from moment to moment. It's as if I'm not experiencing an album of single songs or anything like that. It's like some kind of metalcore.
Dude, hell yeah, Kendra. We miss you too, homie. Sounds good. Yo, have an amazing rest of your night. Sleep well. Have a great day tomorrow, all right?
Or beat down hardcore suite with various movements all working in tandem, and the middle section comes together especially well with the way the finish of Don't Reach for me has this breakneck transition into the much faster Moss Covers All, and then the way the eerie little guitar arpeggio that finishes that track off transitions into Take Me Home, which ends off with this slowly intensifying anxiety inducing wall of screaming guitars and feedback. And the final moments of this record, in my opinion, keep things interesting too. The chemistry between Brian and Chris Motionless on Slaughterhouse 2 definitely turns up the heat on the vocal end. There are some ghoulish, oozing, drippy, dissonant string bits laced into the guitars on the back end too. Kind of feels like the band is veering into a dark, almost gothic, kind of blasphemous metal direction than just straight up metalcore, which is kind of confirmed on The Calm That Keeps You Awake, where some of the chromatic guitar bits, the leads, and the Cookie Monster style death growls feel like they are really kind of making a bit of a deathcore nod here, but doing it in a super tasteful way that fits in snugly with the rest of the LP. Lyrically, Blinding Faith really kind of seals the deal with the record's bone to pick with religion and spirit.
Have I ever taken music theory? No. That is one of the biggest portions I lack when talking about music. Yo, Foxy, what's up, dude? But I'm sorry you can't go to sleep, homie.
Kind of seals the deal with the record's bone to pick with religion and spirituality, communicating internal fears of not really feeling in touch with the spirit, as it were, and not knowing what exactly that means, but simultaneously attacking the idea of blind faith and comparing it to just allowing yourself to be controlled. With the closing track on the LP, the band really saves some of the slowest and heaviest and most dramatic moments for last. The whole thing really does sound like a movie soundtrack once again, and the riffs that...
Oh yeah, that's what I also heard on my Facebook feed of hardcore and metalcore motherfuckers. They're like, yeah, first part was crazy, second half not so much. I was like, oh, okay.
And the record really feel like a dismal march into oblivion. And while I do think there are some finer details that are just so loud, so fast, and so aggressive, they kind of fly by you whether you want them to or not. I still walked away from this record massively impressed with how it was engineered compositionally, sonically, and even conceptually, as the sound of this record, again, in my opinion, by metalcore standards especially, is just incredible. Not only are the details and the balance there, but in terms of thickness, intensity, and heaviness, this is just like the next step for
thickness,
the genre. Then in terms of the narrative, you may or may not take personal issue.
Foxy, sleep well. Oh yeah, him talking about the like future of the genre, I really feel like, I was talking to one of the homies about this the other day. I feel like Knocked Loose and probably Code Orange are probably the two. And obviously I'm biased because Code Orange is from Pittsburgh and I ride or died for fucking Pittsburgh. But like, I feel like both of them we're going to look back on in like 5, 10, 15 years for like heavier music and be like, yeah, that like they were the ones like they pushed this shit a lot. Like they forwarded it a lot. Even if you don't really like Knocked Loose, I know a lot of the people that like are in my circle of like heavier music are like, oh yeah, like they're mainstream or whatever now, right? Yeah, they're fucking popping, but they didn't like sell out and do any like bullshit. They're just like continued to progress and build their sound and made heavy ass music that somehow works well in the mainstream, you know? So, I mean, I don't fault them on that. I think it's like, a gatekeeping thing because a lot of people in heavier music, at least from my experience, like the gatekeeping, hold back bands because they're like, this band's so good, I don't want anyone else to know about it. Obviously, like, the definition of gatekeeping. Pretty much. Well, I don't know if that's the definition. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. But Knocked Loose, Code Orange, I think are absolutely like trendsetters themselves. I'd like to say Counterparts, but I think Counterparts just kind of do their own thing and make their music just better and better every time, and that's why they've been more successful. Is just they gain traction with every record and get a little bit bigger as they go. It's like a slow build up. I think Eulogy was a huge, jump for them as well. So yeah. Yeah, no, for someone who wasn't going into music and was just interested in it, it was stressfully boring. Oh my God. That's quite the way to describe it. Stressfully boring. I want to see Code Orange live so bad. Same. I still have not seen them live.
With this album's personal perception and opinion on religion and faith, but there is a lyrical consistency and focus that I can't deny, and at least the band is trying to put some pretty poetic lyrics to these themes and tropes around blasphemy and just a lack of faith and a lack of belief, and also putting out there some sensible and understandable feelings around how destructive it can be to force yourself into feeling something or willing yourself to something when your heart's not really in it. Then there's just the writing and performance side, which the guitar work, the riffs, the drumming, the vocals, they're all bold, they all hit hard, they all contribute to incredibly memorable moments across the entirety of the album. No one part of it feels like it's falling massively short or anything like that. And while it may have been cooler to hear some more dynamics and variation across the LP, 27 minutes is also kind of a very ideal length for this sort of thing so that it doesn't overstay its welcome either. So yeah, that's this incredible, badass, thoughtful, boundary-pushing album that I'm really impressed with. Feeling a decent 2 strong 9 on this thing.
Dude, crazy. Crazy, this dude gave this album a fucking 9, dude. A 9. Holy fuck.
Man, Zishan, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it?
Oh, he did a Frail Body review? Now, I could be stupid, but I'm pretty sure Kid Bot literally played a show with Frail Body. And I have photos of them. Did not realize that Frail Body was popping like that. That's sick. Dude, that's so cool. I don't have much to add. To this combo. Dude, fuck yeah. I thought so. I thought that was the band. Who was else? That was in the DIY room, right, Jake? I don't really have much else to add because I have not listened to the whole album yet. Just the first 3 singles. 9 out of 10 on Knock the Loose album. Let's fucking go. Fantano reviewed Knock the Loose and he actually liked it. Yellow Flannels. Sheesh. If every song started with Arf Arf, you would have given it a 10. Bro, can I just talk about this for 1 second? Can I just talk about this for 1 second? If I have to fucking hear Arf Arf, or like motherfuckers be like, Arf Arf, Knock Loose Arf Arf, Knock Loose Arf Arf band. Oh my fucking God, dude. It's like, it was cool. It was cool. I get it. Like, listen, it's like a lot of people's gateway to like hardcore is like Counting Worms by Knocked Loose. I realized at this point, even like with TikTok and shit like that, social media. But man, bro, if I gotta hear fucking an Arf Arf joke again, or like people talking about like Knocked Loose Arf Arf. Oh hey, Matt Kearney dropped an album. Nice. Sorry, ADHD. Yo, what's up? Pat, how's it going, gangster? Fantano gives a metalcore record a 9. We truly are living in crazy times. This is so based. Every single was incredible, and they absolutely delivered on every track. Glad you loved this. Missed the opportunity to say Arf Arfany Fantano. Fantano giving props to Chris Motionless is a happy day in my life. I'm glad they took their time to make something great instead of just capitalizing on their growing popularity. That is true, dude.
Arf arf. You're gonna be knocked loose once I'm done with you.
Yo. Nah, that's goofy, bro. That's goofy as fuck. With how Knocked Loose has handled their popularity and answering it via getting even more aggressive and heavy to their beatdown roots, they truly are a case study. Fucking love this thing and love this band. Stoked to see even more exposure. I truly do believe this review will end up being very important. That's sick, dude. I love this. I love this for Knocked Loose. I obviously don't personally know any of the members of Knocked Loose, but I know people who have had interactions with the members of Knocked Loose, and they seem like nice ass dudes. So I'm happy for them. I personally, I know this is going against the grain here, but anytime heavy music can touch the mainstream and become more popular, I'm for it, dude. I'm so pro. Like, I want as many people into hardcore and helping these bands thrive and exist longer as we possibly can get. As long as they aren't like, dumbasses or pieces of shit getting into the scene, I'm all for it, bro. I am all fucking for it.